Okay, he's like, okay, I'm gonna start.
Okay,
Go.
USA.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, good evening, everybody. Um, we got tonight, Thursday, a really solid match between Mr. HDR Champ versus Lobo Despario. I got a couple of guest folks on the live with us right now. Mr. Frank Dukes, aka Jumpsuit from Texas, and Shaft of Pleasure from
Oh,
Utah. What's up, guys? Good evening. We're about to
Yeah,
get
good
some
evening.
on, fellas.
oh man, I'm excited for this match. Lobo was feeling pretty ambitious, called out hdrchamp for the power rankings. So yeah, I'm curious to see how he does.
Yeah, when I first
Awesome.
joined onto the Big Blue network here to play against people, he was Lobo was one of the first guys that I fought really tough Sagat. He's very patient. I mean, he doesn't miss a beat when it comes to punishing uppercuts, and you just got to break him down. He's really tough. So we'll see how he does. Like I said, against Zangief, I think he's got a good shot at taking it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Lobo is a pretty seasoned Sagat player. He plays other characters as well. Just for the folks that are tuning in, give you guys a little background history here. Essentially, HCR Champ is ranked number 7. I think Lobo sort of disagreed with that ranking and made a challenge to HCR Champ. So it took a little couple weeks for the negotiation, some of the specialty rules and everything to be in play. But finally, they agreed. So tonight is definitely going down, and it's going to be first to 10 between the two individuals.
Now there's going to be some changes, right, with the switching of sides. I was reading about that. So what's the deal with that?
That's right. So that's what took a little longer with the negotiation. We had to reach out to the Canelo camp. We said they got to use 8-ounce gloves. You got to be able to play on the left hand side first 5 matches, and then be able to switch. I think in the beginning the promoter wasn't so happy about it, but after some back and forth, they agreed that okay, that's fair. So that's how we made this match happen. So guys, you guys are in a treat because this took a little bit of a back and forth. It wasn't just like, hey, you want to do it? Let's just do it kind of deal.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's funny.
Okay, so it looks like we're waiting and for Lobo
Yeah.
to join.
And definitely not knocking anybody for, like I said, it's side preference. It could be psychological. It could be a physical thing. Some people are just more comfortable. And I noticed that there's a few players that, depending on what side they're on, they're monsters. Like they're night and day differences when you throw them on one side or the other. So that could be, a big factor here. So I'm curious to see how that works out in this matchup.
Yeah, for me personally, I understand that for Shoto players, like for whatever reason, I'm better at doing dragon punches on one side versus the other, and I think most people are that way. But I don't main Shoto players, so I don't really have a side preference. I don't really understand why Zangief or charge characters, people who play those as their mains, I don't understand why they would have a side preference other than to try and put a Shoto player on their weak side.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think it's the whole push pull factor when it comes to your muscles working with that. We're talking about that a long time ago after a tournament. Why players play like that? It's just naturally on P2 side, most people prefer P2 side. Most people.
Exactly. So it looks like we're waiting for Lobo to come into the ring. He's taking his sweet ass time. I think he can't find a mouthpiece or something. But
All right, there's Lobo. He just showed up.
there you go. There you go. He's got into the ring, and he's going to start on the left hand side. So again, just to reiterate the rules that Frank Dukes mentioned here. Sorry, should I call you Frank Dukes or Jumpsuit? Ain't trying to blow your cover, but I know you're an
We'll go.
OG.
We'll go with Frank Dukes, man. Like I said, that's my name on the screen. I may change it later, but for now, we'll go with Frank.
All right, cool. So by the way, like Frank Duke said, some folks definitely has a huge disadvantage on the right hand side or the opposite side. I think what makes a very prolific player in today's world is got to be able to play on both sides, right? It's kind of like you're an MMA fighter and you can only punch with the left hand rather than right hand. That's obviously a disadvantage. But we'll see. I know Lobo got some surprises for HCR Champ, and HCR Champ is going to make this happen because he is going to be defending the number 7 spot on the Natsu Cow list here.
Round 1.
Yeah,
The only list, the real list.
Yeah, the only one
Right.
that knocks him
We
out.
can talk about that number padding list where they beat up a bunch of purple and they say I'm the top dog. This list, you're getting judged by all the folks. You disagree. We meet up on Thursday, where all the folks are thirsty and about to get some sipping going.
That's right.
My question in this match is if Lobo is going to be able to play his patient game for a full set. If he can zone him out and play patient the whole time, he should be able to take this Saget versus Zangief. But he likes to go ham sometimes, just like I do.
Well, this is going to be a slow cook of a fight because Zangief, they're both patient guys, and Zangief is already slow. So get your popcorn.
I got a question for Frank Dukes right here. So Frank, you obviously use a lot of different characters out there, right? What would be some of the strategy you implement if you were Zangief fighting a good, solid Sagat?
Getting within standing fierce range, because your low roundhouse can cut through a bunch of stuff. As you can see here, this is where he wants to be, just right there outside of his uppercut range, but close enough to trip him.
Sure.
Right there. There's where he needs to be. And see, and the thing is, you got to use the right lariats and trip him up. Once you get him tripped up, I mean, it's game on. Right there is. Oh, he missed the pile driver. But right there, Geef can jump in with the splash, and it puts the guy in a tough spot because he can't just tiger uppercut. He has to tiger uppercut at the right time.
Right.
Otherwise, his jump in splash just stuffs it or trades. And you don't, as Sagat, you don't want to trade. Oh, look at that. First round goes.
That's a great tip right there. So it's all about getting close. It's all about like that trip and everything right within that fierce distance, like you mentioned. So let's see if hdrchamp can implement that game plan. And obviously, Lobo is going to try to fight on it. So.
Yeah, Geef's. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say, it looks like HDR could hear you. He was kind of demonstrating what you were saying as you were saying it. But this round, he got nailed twice.
Yeah, those tiger shots will mess you up. But once you're in that range, though, Zangief's low roundhouse is like a meat slicer. It just cuts through everything.
Right.
See?
You can clearly see putting the pressure right there.
And the very tip of his low roundhouse is even especially good because it's safe. He's got no. He doesn't get hurt. Right. At the very tip, though, you got to be real careful. Yeah. Oh.
It's a wrap. Oh no. I'm gonna punch my way out of it.
Wow. First match goes to HDR. Dude, if he
with Lobo right there, that's what I was talking about. He likes to do that tiger knee, catch you off guard and throw you. I think that's a bad idea versus HDR.
Yep. Because Geef can be crouching, and all he's got to do is mash a punch button, and he gets the throw. He gets the counter throw. He doesn't have to stand up and throw.
Right. Or he can sweep, or he can jab.
Yep.
It's a really dangerous. I mean, he gets me when he's Scott, because if he gets me with that block. HDR is a very veteran Zangief player.
Right there. So hard to counter online, man. That tiger knee into throw or uppercut.
So let's talk about that move a little bit. Right? Why is that move so hard to block or defend, right? When he does the tiger knee and it just throws.
It's an instant dash, man. It's so quick. And by the time you react, he's already in doing his move, his throw or his uppercut. So you have to be expecting it, anticipating it almost.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that move. I think it's really effective when used correctly.
Yeah, it's crazy good. It even has, you can even go through fireballs at the right range and counter, like that close up.
I don't know, watching Zangief is just brutal.
Oh, it's hard, man.
Against Saget. It's like constantly jumping through those blocks trying to get close,
Oh!
That that was
1-1.
So HDR, he likes to do the jump weak kick, but not the knees. You know. He
Oh,
likes
yeah.
to do the double bicep flex weak kick in the air. He does that in SB. So when he jumps in with that,
It's so good. And there's a reason he uses short kick, because the short doesn't push him back that far. And it's
really long.
Yep. And you can do it almost like a safe jump, and it's so good, especially against charge characters. Oh man.
So let's talk about win strategy right here, right? So I think it is crucial that Lobo gets as many wins as possible on the left side, because going into the right side, HDR is definitely gonna pick up his speed and turbo, you know? So it's crucial that Lobo capitalize as many wins as he can. Let's be real. Ooh, look at that.
Oh my god. That's so frustrating too, because you're trying to hit lariats and sometimes you miss them, they don't come out. It happens, man. The hdrchamp doesn't like to hang back. He had the lead there.
It's funny that with Zangief, I've tried a lot of different buttons, and the buttons that allow me to do perfect lariat spins really easy, those are hard for me to get out of when I'm dizzy, you know? And then the buttons that are like really midgety, I can get out of being dizzy really quick, but then it's hard to do lariat spin. So I have to make a decision to pick a certain button that will benefit Zangief, but then I lose out on the other side. I don't know if you guys ever experienced something like that.
Yep.
You're talking about your actual buttons?
Yeah, like when I use the half buttons, it's hard for me to do lariat spin, so I get hit with a lot of fireball in my big blue, and I end up becoming dizzy. But with my yoga cap, I have a more sort of like the buttons that are not too midgety, but then when I'm dizzy, it's like it takes me longer to get out of dizziness. So I have to like make a decision on like which.
Look, there it is. Oh. Yeah. When you do the lariats, man, do I always double tap. Like tap tap real quick to make sure it comes out. Oh no! Okay, didn't go for the big combo. He had. Oh.
Ooh. 2-1. Woo!
See, HDR could just hang back. Oh, a little bit. Don't be so aggressive. Yeah, man, no way out.
It was close though. Yeah, like I said, HDR with those jumping weak kick SPDs.
Sagat winning the trade.
What do you think one of the best characters to use when fighting Sagat, guys?
One of the best? Yeah, Dalsim.
Really?
Blanca does. Yeah, Blanca does really well against him. I think it favors Blanca just a little bit. With Dalsim, yeah.
Okay.
I think Guile does well against Sagat.
Yeah.
A lot of people disagree with that. Yeah, it's it's surgery, man. But it can be done, and it's I think it's pretty even. All right, now Biggie just get in there. Good. Wait. Oh, good guess.
Oh, it's painful watching.
You got to keep tabs on how many hits you've taken with the shots, because the dizzy factor is so good on those things. All right.
For the folks tuning in, I just want to let you guys know that big scar that Zaggy got on his chest, that was done by Ryu. Y'all didn't know.
I thought he cut himself shaving.
Don't tell me You didn't learn anything from Thursday because I just gave you a facts right there.
Again, he tried to go in with the tiger knee, got punished hard.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Wow. It's gonna be hard for, you know.
I mean,
All right.
one thing though, it's like I'm criticizing Lobo for using the knee too aggressively, but I've played against him a lot this matchup. It does make you like not know what to expect from him, because it's like you don't expect someone to charge at you when you're Zangief like that.
Shaq, I think you do a great job solving the Sagat puzzle. Like, your gamble is usually like pretty on point, you know? Sometimes when I play, it's pretty frustrating. I end up bringing out the monkey.
Yeah, I mean, second's still really hard, but if you can read high tiger shots versus low tiger shots with the correct lariat, it's almost like playing versus Ryu again, you know? If you can read the low and high shots perfectly.
And what's tough about this is that Sagat can jump in, I mean, for free, pretty much. I mean, it's really tough for Zangief to counter with a lariat, like a pop-up lariat.
Right.
Oh!
Sagat's jump in, fierce kick, the lariat, wake up lariat, like you're saying.
Man, Lobo just coming for that. Alright, so they're gonna switch.
All right, so it's like 5-1. We'll see how the turntables, as they say.
Yeah, I really wonder why HDR cares about the side. I just maybe it's.
Oh, I know why.
Maybe-
I mean, because Lobo's not as strong on the right side.
Well, I was maybe even gonna say like maybe he likes doing the 360 motion a certain direction, you know, like clockwise or counterclockwise, and so maybe it's.
I don't think it has anything to do with HDR. I think it has something to do with Lobo. Right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, okay.
Lobo can uppercut on the right, but he's nowhere near as effective with his counters as he is on the left. So like I said, it's like, you know, you have a monster version of the guy on the left when he's on the left. When he's on the right, he's not as consistent, and that's true. I mean, anybody that's ever played against Lobo knows that.
What happened? Round one.
I think he backed out. Okay, now he's in there. All right, here we go. Second set. Score is 5-1.
5-1, right? Okay. So HDR's got to win the next 9 games to win the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a championship fight, right? Now. Okay, yeah, the score is actually on the bottom. Joe pointed out. Thank you.
Oh, I got the
fireball.
Fireball combo. See, throw him on the right.
Damn.
Oh, damn. He's looking good.
I'm curious, like, Shaft, if you were in HDR position right now, what were some of the changes or game plan you would alter right here?
Yeah, for sure. The first thing I would do is pick a different character.
No, talk about using Zangief.
Well, you mean that?
Lobo's playing really cool right now. I actually played him a little bit before the match. Ooh, that's easy.
Look at that.
What about you, Frank Dukes? If you were Zangief, you're down by 5-1. and what your opponent's doing here, what are some of the changes you would definitely make?
Well, for starters, I can tell that when Lobo pushes him far away, he takes a lot of hdrchamp likes to do lariats through the tiger shots. I don't.
Right.
That's a big gamble because you have to if you get a hit, and plus the quick lariat only lasts so long and it doesn't move you up for nothing. I'd rather block a few and wait for the opportunity to jump in over one. And jump in with the short kick knees so that you're not sticking out so far, and just any little bit to gather more ground. The way that's how I do. That's one main thing I would do differently. Be a little bit more patient when he's got you that far away, because he's just picking them apart. See right there.
That's a great point. Spoken like a true veteran who definitely understand the game from in and out, right? So, obviously HDR, one of the best Zangief. One thing I'm going to criticize him a little bit is understanding that Lobo is definitely not as strong with the DP on the right-hand side. I think he should go for the gamble with the grab, because knowing that DP is not going to come out. So that's a little I would have made,
My God, this is frustrating just watching it, man. Oh.
Man. Man, Lobo is feeling it. You could tell the momentum's on his side. Look at him. He just stole the side again. He said, no problem. Put me on the other side. I'll throw you right on the other side, and you'll taste my fireball all over again. Damn.
See, right there. Yeah, right there. I wouldn't. That uppercut, I don't even know if that's even blockable, because he keeps getting popped.
Well, yeah, if he does it perfect, I don't think it's blockable. But even so, like I said, we know that's tick before hdrchamp's SPG.
He's got to go for it.
Oh,
yeah.
That just don't kill? Oh. Yep. That was sick by hdrchamp. That was so sick. I was trying to make
Yo, but I ain't never gonna count HDR out, right? There's a reason why he use HDR champ. The champ always come back, right? So we'll see. It's 1-6. I understand, but this is a game of momentum. For the folks that are tuning in, we got Shaft the Pleasure, we got Frank Dukes here, and myself, Natsuki commenting, by the way. And this is a Thursday. Happens once a week. We pick the fight of the week, and then we just air it out live, streamed by DJ Ilk and HDR Champ.
That's it.
Yo, he got a man. Oh my God, Lobo just feeling it. Man, 1-6, 1-7. And this is a one-sided beatdown. So let's talk about the ranking system a little bit, right? Why it is so effective, right? So I'm not making any decision on who's the winner, but hypothetically speaking, let's just say Lobo were to win and claim the number 7 spot, right? And there are other players that might disagree and say, you know what, I think I'm better than him, right? Bullshit, he's on number 7 spot. We can challenge him for the number 7 spot. So when you get to a spot, it's great, but you gotta be able to defend it. Just like Lobo disagreeing with HDR, correct. Man, if Zangief can walk a little faster like Vega, it would have been a wrap.
Wow, look at that dizzy.
Damn, Lobo.
He went for the kick Larry out there. You saw the medium kick come out though.
Yeah, when he does the kick lariat, man, he's wide open up top when Sagat jumps in with the kicks.
I'm gonna share a little secret with you guys. So obviously Lobo's feeling really ambitious, and he should. He said, after I take out HDR champ, I want Oblivion next. Put me there, promoter. I'm gonna be the pound for pound king. I love that mindset, that competitive mindset,
Well, to be the pound for pound king, he's got to beat his own son.
He'll be like, son, if you beat me, you ain't getting food for a week. So you better calm down.
No, Lobo's a great player, but
Yeah, Lobo's feeling it. Look at that. Feeling it.
yeah.
Oof.
Yeah,
God
man,
damn.
that's tough.
1-7.
Round one, fight!
I think HDR got to go with the blue color Hyper Zangief. I heard they're a little stronger than the When times are hard, you gotta believe in something. Man, he just eating that buffet. He's just eating that fireball like a $12.99 buffet. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. Better do something with it. Damn, Saget. Oh, see, I grab him right there. So jumpsuit. I mean, Frank, my bad. Let me ask you a question. So you obviously played a lot of great players on Fightcade. I watched a lot of videos and everything. What's your experience just coming onto Big Blue? Like just the level of competition, just your overall experience. I'm curious.
It's when I got on tried Fightcade, I've never been a big fan of playing on with sticks in my lap. Like a lot of the new school players are used to it. They get no problem. I hate it. I've always played on American cabs and on Japanese cabs. I can play both. So everyone always is asking, "Hey man, why aren't you on Fightcade more?" I'm like, "Man, because my setup sucks and I can't get used to playing." So I was eyeballing the Big Blue and I was like, well, I hear good things about it, and I can modify it, and I need something from my office. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. So I got it, and I've been impressed with there's more competition playing hyper fighting here than when there was on Fightcade. Now Fightcade is great for Super Turbo, but if you want to play hyper fighting on Fightcade, there's only there's maybe 2 or 3 people that are on all the time that are all very good. Eggs and Bacon being one of them, and John Choi as well. When he's on there and he's playing, he's just wrecking shop.
Right.
But here there's a more diverse mix of different styles and tricks and stuff. So it's like being at the arcade again for me. For me, I'm having more fun. It has the arcade feel. And look at that. Yeah, it's just more convenient. And I like it so far. Like I said, for home option.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, definitely a pleasure to have you in a Big Blue network. Looking for more talented players, more traffic, right? I know Shaft also plays under the PlayStation Street Fighter Network. I mean, how does that compare to the Big Blue network and play with Shaft?
Yeah, PlayStation Network. Yeah, you know more of that than I do.
Pretty similar analysis to what Frank said about Fightcade. On hyper fighting, there's a few really top-level players. But otherwise, it's actually better to find matches on Big Blue. There's more variety. But on Super Turbo, the competition's on a different level.
Round 3, fight!
I see. I think we got some questions. I'm not sure what we're looking at. There's guys asking questions about the fight. If you guys see it, because I'm looking at the Discord. Oh, by the way, this is the last round, right? This is the closing round. We're talking about one and wow. Man, I'm sorry to say, I think it's a wrap here. Unless he can just get like one win out of it.
Oh my god, I thought he had a power driver right there after he ate that hit. Oh, that's it.
Oh.
It's over, Rock.
And that's how the cookie crumble. Final score 10-1. Congratulations, Lobo Despario, challenging hdrchamp for the number 7 spot. Takes a spot, takes the belt. Good job, Lobo. You did it.
Yeah, good job. He handled business.
Yeah, he just stuck to the plan. Just stuck to his plan.
So here's a topic that I think it's worth discussing about, right? I know there are a lot of players out there that live and die by their dedicated one player kind of deal, right? But then there are situations like this where you're forced to switch or pick a different character that can counter the other character, you know? So it's called character diversity, right? Do you guys agree with that, or what are your thoughts on that?
Hmm. Well, I mean, it depends on the game. Like for instance, me for Super Turbo, my business character is Fei Long, and I'm kind of the same way. He has some really horrible matches, and I know they're horrible, but I do my best to try to work them and learn the matches, and any little
Sure.
trick, you know. In this game though, I think the what's I guess the spread, I guess you could say, on how bad a matchup is even worse in hyper fighting.
You think?
Like I said, because I think it is because I mean, for instance, Zangief, like Zangief versus Sagat in ST, it's still bad, but it's not as bad as this because I got green hand. There's little things, more
Mhm.
tricks. You got the running bear grab. There's little tricks and stuff that Zangief has that can help him out in the fight. Now we're talking about just regular Sagat. Now if you're talking old Sagat, now that's a different story
Mhm.
too. Like I said, there's so many different little factors, but it's I understand it's a pride thing. You love your character, you want to stick with them, you want to be the specialist, and I understand that. But sometimes, man, you got to switch it up if you want to, win. There ain't no shame in that. A lot of players see it that way though.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I guess I mean, to be fair to HDR, it's like he does play. I know he plays Chun-Li and Ryu and stuff, but probably feels less confident picking them against a Sagat like Lobo.
Yeah, I went up against
Right.
Lobo the other
Zangief.
day with Zangief. I went in there and I said, I'm gonna play Zangief against him because I just want to see how I do. It was 3-5, but I said, but you know what? I lost, and I'm expected to lose that match. I mean, it's a
Right.
very tough match, but I'm like, hey, 3, and it's not bad. Next time I'll do a little bit better. So
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like, is first of all, I just want to thank Lobo and hdrchamp for competing today. Wish it was definitely a closer matchup. It was definitely, huge disadvantage on Zangief. But kudos to Lobos for winning that spot, and obviously he's earned it. He's played a really good fight today. Any closing thoughts from both of you guys regarding today's fight, or just want to put it out there?
well, I I don't know. What do you think, Chef?
Yeah, I mean, I think Lobo's a top player. HDR truly is probably the best Zangief I've ever seen, but he just has such unfavorable matchups. It's like
Mhm.
always an uphill battle.
Yeah, I agree. I think Sagat, Blanca, those two are his worst matches in the game, I think. So for him to go into this, balls out using Geef, hey man, I gotta give you credit there, man. You got guts. Definitely got
Exactly.
guts. But sometimes guts just ain't enough, man. You need to try again. And so I play both Zangief and Sagat. So I hope to play both of them some more and
Right.
work on both those matches with both these guys.
Cool. Well, folks, that's pretty much a wrap. And thank you guys for jumping on this call and commentating. We'll continue to do these on a weekly Thursday, and we're definitely gonna put more interesting matches. But thank you everybody for tuning in, and it was an amazing fight. And that's pretty much it. Good night, fellas, and it's a wrap.
All right. See y'all next time. See you on the battlefield. Later.